Okay, so hello, my name is Maria del Pilar Montillo, and today I'm going to talk about deception on food labels. Food labeling uh, is still sometimes difficult to decipher for many of us. We often get lost in the clutter of different ingredients and additives with often are complicated names or complicated nomenclatures. To correctly decipher a label, several aspects must be taken into account. So I'm going to tell you some of these aspects to take into account. First, ingredient list. In all the ingredient lists, these always appear in order of quantity from more to less. So that if we know that the ingredients that appear first are the majority, we will already know or have a lot of information about the product we have in hand. We must be much more careful with the ingredients than with the additives. According to the WHO, additives are substances that are added to food to maintain or improve its safety, freshness, flavor, texture, or appearance. The ingredient list of simple products are often very long and contain a large number of additives with strange names that on many occasions we discard as unhealthy. But we should not be afraid of additives as they are safe and regularly are reevaluated. If at any time there is evidence that the use may not be safe, they are withdrawn from the market. Um, For example, a baguette salad, if it contains additive to preserve it, is healthy. But a donut, even if it's homemade and natural, it is unhealthy. So additives are not bad. Two, be aware of products that help keep the line. An alarm signal that we may be facing unhealthy food is to find silhouettes of athletes or slim bodies in the containers, something that often occurs in breakfast cereals, how we see in the images. Many times when in the packaging we find people running, it is not surprising that if we look at the list of ingredients, these cereals contains a lot of sugar. And these are marketing strategies that have led many people to get the wrong idea of the products. So it is best to ignore this information, the packaging of the containers, these images, and focus only on the mandatory information, which is the ingredient list. If sugar is at the top, it's better to discard it. 4. Check the packaging. In addition to the false promises of products that keep us slim, despite actually contain a lot of sugar, packaging can lead us to other deceives or half-truths that also mislead us. The saying, tell me what you brag about and I'll tell you what you lack, sometimes is quite fulfilled since many products that advertise with great fanfare that they contain an ingredient or a vitamin. At the moment of truth, if we check the list, it carries in a very little quantity. For example, Some products claim that contains a vitamin, but if we look at the ingredient list, we realize that it carries in very little quantity, like this image is. 5. Be careful with complicated names. Names ending on "-os", like glucose, sucralose, dextrose, sucrose, are a way of naming sugar. The WHO limits the consumption of sugar to 25 grams per day. That is approximately 3 tablespoons of sugar. And it is a very easy figure to exceed, considering that we constantly consume products with a large amount of sugar. Another common confusion is that the brown or cane sugar or panela is better than white. And maybe cane sugar or panela has a bit more of minerals than white sugar, but when it comes down to it, it is very insignificant. So the effect on the body is the same, so it is not healthier how many people believe. And 6 types of oils. It's better to avoid oils like palm oil or sunflower oil, and take or consume olive oil or canola oil. Palm oil and sunflower oil have or contains a large number of poor quality fats, and it's better not to consume it. And always we must consume, it's better to consume olive oil or canola oil. So if we take into account these aspects, we be more careful to looking information on food labels, we will know what we are consuming. So this is all. Thank you so much.
Very good, Miss. Nice. Thank you very much. So, well, guys, now we will start with the question and answer time, okay? If you have any questions about Pilar's presentation, go ahead, ask her some questions. And who's going to start? Because I have my questions ready. But what about you? Sully, do you have any questions for Pilar? Your microphone.
Yes, sorry. The topic was really interesting. So if I have a question, I think that have to be why the government allow that this product can be sold.
I don't know, that always is for their convenience, I think. I have heard about an association that is fighting for that this kind of information appear in front of the packaging of the containers. Is high in sugar, it is high in salt, or have bad oil or carb, bad or poor quality of fats. So I don't know, government really doesn't care much about this topic, but there are associations that are fighting for that.
Thank you, Pilar.
Very good, Suri. It was a nice question and nice answer from Pilar. Michael, do you have any questions for Pilar?
Okay, no, I don't have questions about that theme.
Okay, thank you very much, Michael. Catherine, what about you? Do you have any questions?
Nothing, teacher. It's a good topic. Thank you so much, Pilar. I don't remember the name, but it's a good topic. I will take account.
Okay,
That's
thank you
great.
very much, Catherine. Well, now that Suli asked that question, that reminds me that, for example, here in Colombia now is forbidden some images in some products. Yes, for example, mostly with products for kids. That's why we don't see any more Toño from Zucaritas and yes, from those different products. And it was kind of a law that it was made in order to avoid people from buying just from appearance, but from the product itself. Yes. Uh, I think that it's impossible to forbid these products here in Colombia because you cannot forbid people what to eat and not to eat. Yes, it's their responsibility. But I think that there must be a law in order to regulate the advertisement. Yes, because sometimes that's what they do. The advertisement is it attracts not just the kids, but to us, no? So we say, I know Milo is super healthy, yes, but Milo is not healthy, or the cereal is not healthy. If you check the cereal, it's not a good breakfast, yes. So my question is for Pilar, do you pay attention to the labels of the products or not?
Yes, and much more for the sugar, because many products have a lot of sugar. But I realize that I really don't pay a lot of attention in salt or even in the oil. What kind of oil have the products? But I like to do it. I like to do it. Even when I don't, I know that I use some products that aren't very healthy.
Okay, Miss, thank you very much. Well, Pilar, yes, it was a nice presentation. Note that you know about the topic. Something that you have to improve a little bit is in terms of the fluency, because sometimes you were just giving sentence by sentence. So the idea is that you try to make like an intonation, like when you're speaking. Um, it was a really good conclusion. You have some really good time management, so everything was a step by step, just in time for the 8 minutes. So it was really good, and it shows that you know about the topic. Yeah. So the only problem there was a little bit of fluency, not because you don't know the pronunciation or something like that, but it's because you were stopping in some times when it was like, okay, keep up, express the idea and give intonation to the words in order to attract the attention of the person. Yes, but really good, Miss. Yes, don't forget to download and to upload it into YouTube. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.